everyone, this is Hriday Mandari. Welcome back to our channel. Hope you all are doing good. So we all know that today is Sunday, so we are going out to have some fun. So join us. So yep, we were on our way. So yeah, it was a very long journey. So it is like divided into part 1 and part 2. So please make sure to watch till the end to not miss any adventurous part of the journey. So I was watching few videos on our way, and it was a very long path, so we needed to use time lapse. So you can see it is going very fast. There are palm trees and all those bushes. The nature is beautiful. It was about to sunset. It was like around 5 o'clock when we reached the forest. So this is like my first time going to an adventurous trip like this with my parents and my cousins. I had a lot of fun, especially. So you can see we are going to the mountain. Actually, this is my first time going there. This is our first time going there. So we missed the part, and once again it took us almost like a lot of time to take the right path and to reach the forest, and it took us pretty long to reach the hills on which we were going to climb. And there is my brother looking at Google Map, and there is a huge palm tree. This is my first time seeing palm tree this close. So, and this is our car. We are coming back so that we can go on the right path. And here we go. So nobody were there when we were going near the forest, when we are going to the forest, but when we were climbing the hills and when we were near the forest, we saw a lot of people there. And look at this. This is the pure rainwater which has passed the huge stones and reached here. It was so cool and refreshing, and my brother was spilling the water on me. That was little, annoying. And now we are going near the mountains, the hills. So yeah, that was a long path to go near the hills. Actually, my brother was leading us because he once visited this place and my father was recording. And here you go, we jumped inside, and at this moment I was really scared. I was thinking, what if there are animals, and there were very big stones. There was a little space for us to go. Actually, there was a big rock which we needed to pass to, and I saw different creatures here, which scared me also. So you can see the one side is covered with the fence, and the other side is covered with the trees, the bushes, and the large stones and all of these things. My brother is also recording, by the way. And here you go, there is a little jerry thing, and I was super terrified after my brother and sister informed me about it. And see my mother here standing on the big stone, and I didn't care about anything, so I just left. And you can see how far I am from my parents here. And see this big rock. I thought I could never pass it, but there was a little space in between by which I could pass it. Thank God. This reminds me of a temple of Lord Shiva. Actually, I saw in shots in YouTube. And here you go, I'm passing the bushes. There were thorns and all of those things, but thank God I did not get any hurt by these thorns. And I was sweating the way. It was so long. It took us almost a lot of time to reach the place. And here we go. There were a lot of bushes, so my mom was helping me out, and my sister was holding my hand, and my dad was at the last like a protection to us. So you can see, right? The palm trees fell down, they dried up, there are no leaves on few plants. And you can see that. And my sister is waiting for me because I was so scared to pass this because there were a lot of thorns and all of those things. So I was super scared to pass these. There were also little stones. I wore my shoes, and finally we have reached the hill, and there were people. So you can see, right, there is water flowing, and if you want to go to the other side, we need to pass the water. And I was thinking about the depth of the water, but when I just kept my leg, or when I tried to jump, I felt the water, and I also pulled my mother. So you can see there is a lot of plastic thrown there and all of those things. And there was a temple too, which I saw actually. And now we are going to begin our adventurous journey. Yeah. Now my sister got down and then I got down, but before coming here there was like a slope kind of thing which I needed to climb. I was super scared. It was super slippery because it was covered with the sand, and the little rocks were going down, and I was also slipping. And you can see that I was pretty interested in keeping my leg in the water, but the one thing that disturbed me from keeping my legs in the water is that there are tadpoles in the water. Yes, there are tadpoles in the water, and soon I needed to leave my shoes there because they were filling up with water and other small stones. That hurt me a lot, so that's why I needed to leave my slippers. And there were people who were warning us about the algae which was there near the rocks. A lot of people slipped and they got hurt, so they warned us. And there were a lot of tree branches which were stopping us from going front, but we took it as a support and we moved on forward. So my mom and my dad had experience, but I did not have any experience. So this was like my first time. I was super scared that I would fall down, I would get some hurt. And yeah, there were big stones which were a little sharp, so I got a little hurt. There were small stones under the water which I couldn't see. My feet are so small that they could fit anywhere. And you can see the beautifully flowing water there. So it is leading us to a beautiful place, which is also dangerous, by the way. And here you go. The water was getting deeper and deeper, by which my whole pant got soaked and got wet in water. My parents and my cousins were holding me so that I couldn't fall, and I was super scared that I couldn't even control myself in that fear. But because of this experience, I learned a lot of things about this adventure and how to pass through these huge rocks. Few rocks were even taller than me. I couldn't pass them, but I tried my best. I kept my feet on the smaller rocks, and then I got on the larger rocks. And here you go, you can see a thick tree here. And there were people going, leaving and coming. Like it was around 6 o'clock when we reached up itself. You can see the flowing water, right? You can see how they covered up our feet, and you can see mosses growing on the rocks and thorns peeping out. And you can see even few clothes and plastic bags hanging on the branches of the trees. You can see people, you can see large and small rocks, right? So I was pretty interested in keeping my leg in the water, while my brother told, if you want to reach at the top quickly, then you must walk on the land, because the water was very slippery, the rocks and all of those things. So you can see few people leaving, and there were a lot of people than I imagined. And I was super scared because this was my first time. Okay, don't judge me. So ahead of me was my sister and brother, and to be honest, it was so beautiful. It was an amazing experience for me actually, but also a very scary one, because at the top there was algae. I thought I would slip, and I took some support from my mom, as you can see. And my father, even while recording, he just came up so quickly. My brother and father went up, but I couldn't reach the top because that was the most dangerous place. So yeah, we couldn't have passed it. And you can see half of my pants have been soaked. And I'm trying to take the support of the rocks to climb up. And here you can see the beautifully water flowing down, and my mother taking my support for the first time. And there was mostly, mostly rocks, and just like it was like a little bit of water was flowing on the rocks, but mostly there was rocks actually, and there was a lot of algae. And my sister is waiting for me again, and my brother is too. And you can see we passed a lot. I was really surprised by the distance that that I passed actually, because I didn't imagine that I would pass this much. I thought I would be just stopping somewhere, and you can see the rock is stopping me. I was so scared, but with the support, see, I'm trying my best to come up, but it took me like almost like 2 minutes to reach the top. I can't see my brother and sister from here actually. I left my mom alone, and my brother came to me because I was a little scared, and I got a little sharp hurt by one of the rocks. My brother gave me his hand, and my sister is resting because we all were super tired. And you can see my dad coming. He's like an expert because my mom and dad have gone through these things before. And yep, me and my brother sat there, but my father, sister and my mother were behind. We thought that was the end, but no, there was a lot to go to. There was a lot to explore. And here you go, you can see the water flowing here. This is completely pure water which is passing through these rocks. This is rainwater. We know that it is raining heavily in Hyderabad nowadays, and that rainwater is passing. And it was so refreshing, and it was so, refreshing for us to sit with few other creatures that we did not know that existed. And it was beautiful for resting in nature and hearing the noises of the water flowing. So now we are sitting actually because this rock was a very huge rock, and to keep my legs I needed to sit. I couldn't jump because I was short. And under the rock which my brother was sitting was a red lizard. You can see a little, it just hid. And there were a few slippers of people there, and I was super scared that what if we slipped down, because we were like at the top, and that was the slipping place you can see. And we were like resting for some time because there was a lot to go. We were resting for some time because we were sweating a lot. We were super tired, but my father is still recording, and my brother is teaching us a few lessons about how to go through these big rocks. And he was telling that if you stand on the algae, you will slip down. Like we didn't know about that. You can see a little bit of algae here, and also a few slippers, and you can see the red lizard. This is the first time. This is my first time seeing a creature like this. I didn't know that this existed, but it was a little scared of the camera, so I think it is camera shy. And you can see we are taking a few pics too, not me, but my sister.
Can you say hi?
And she's telling us to keep positions for the pictures. and there are people jumping into the water, slipping like they are like the real Superman and Superwoman. Whoa, that was really scary for me, because by seeing those people, like, I shook. And here we moved a little farther and we have come to this place. My brother and father took a decision to go up and to explore what is up there. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 2. That's for part 1.